11:45 night.
The
First,
investigation.
the parents are informed that she is not well by the deputy superintendent. When they reach, they say that she has committed a suicide. Thereafter, they say that it appears to be a death. Fortunately, the young doctors, the colleagues of this deceased girl, victim, they insisted that we want videography, we want this. This is suggestive that even they were suspecting some cover-up. So they were also trying their best.
Well, let's just see the medical examination.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Lord's postmortem was done in the same hospital.
I don't
So
want-
that may be.
Postmortem was also done in the same.
I don't want, this is entirely accusatory. I don't want to contradict my learned friend, but the record will show what happened.
Lord, one more fact, my lord, it may.
And we have a note on timeline, exactly what time, what happened.
Karuna? Karuna?
3 copies.
There are people in this.
Now, the bench headed by Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, is still looking at the status report that's been filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. The big developments that we are learning so far from that has also been mentioned by the Solicitor General over that CBI status report, is that they have gone on to say that the CBI only entered the scene of the investigation on the 5th day, and by that time, everything had been altered. A clear case of destruction of evidence that has been mentioned by the Central Bureau of Investigation. And one more shocking thing that has come to light is that the FIR was registered at 11:45 p.m., which was way back after cremation
Also, I
of
have
the
a
body.
timeline, Malaj, as to each minute what happened.
Can you just give us the page of the PMR? So we don't have to.
I can give PMR, my lord, I have postmortem. I have, my lord, handy.
You have the PMR?
Yes, sir. That is provided to us by that was by the local police, my lord. It was given to us. Just flag it.
We saw it yesterday.
This report, my lord.
Well, that's
Postmortem.
202 of our status report, Malaj.
My lord, this has the flagging also, whatever your lordship would like to.
But that can't change in any case. The postmortem is postmortem.
Yes. Page
13 of the case diary.
Yes. And my lord, our status report also has it, page 202.
Yes.
We're still looking at what is going to come out of the Supreme Court over the status report that's been filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. As I was mentioning, there have been few key points that have been mentioned by the CBI. Number one, they go on to say that they have entered the scene of the investigation only after the 5th day. And that is when there has been ample destruction of evidence that had already taken place. So this is a key allegation that has been put out by the Central Bureau of Investigation, and this is huge in this particular case because it speaks volumes about the destruction of evidence. There has been ample fingers that have been pointed at the former principal of RG Kaur, Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, and that also will be looked at. The CBI also goes on to claim that the FIR was launched only at 11:45 p.m. and this was much later after the body of the victim had already been cremated. This is also another key point that's been mentioned in that status report. My colleague Ananya has more details. Ananya, these are scathing findings by the CBI, and of course this is going to alter this entire route and direction that this investigation is taking.
Well, definitely, the court is still considering the status report that has been filed by, in fact, the CBI and the West Bengal government. But very clearly and categorically, while the court was reading this particular report, the Solicitor General of India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, representing the CBI, made a very big claim before the Supreme Court that when the Central Bureau of Investigation entered the investigation on the 5th day after it was handed over the probe by, in fact, the Calcutta High Court, most of the evidence have been altered with, and in fact, the reason why the senior doctors and colleagues of that particular resident doctor who lost the girl who lost her unfortunate life is something that they had asked for a videography, and that is something that raises suspicion because they also suspected something and wanted everything, including the inquest proceedings and the post-mortem, to be videographed in this particular case. But still, the CBI goes on to say that there are some kind of alteration that has been done to the crime scene, to the evidence that was at hand, and that is something that comes out as a big allegation by the Central Bureau of Investigation against, in fact, the West Bengal police there.
Absolutely. Ananya, stay on with us. Let me take this very question to our colleague Arunima as well, who's standing by. Arunima, scathing claims by the CBI. The status report is still being read by the three-judge bench in the Supreme Court. The fact that the CBI says that while they entered the scene of investigation on the 5th day, there was ample amount of evidence that had already been destroyed. Now, we have to look at the fact how the Kolkata police was already looking at this case. This is a huge finger that is being raised at the Kolkata police as well. In fact, Arunima, you'd have to hold on to that thought. We are dipping back into the proceedings of the Supreme Court.